A lot of people start online businesses with excitement and big expectations. They watch success stories, see screenshots of income, and believe that if they just follow the right steps, things will work out. But quietly, most of these businesses fail, not because people aren't smart, but because the reality is very different from what's usually shown. In this video, I want to talk honestly about why most online businesses don't last. Not in a negative way, but in a realistic one. We'll look at the common mistakes that cause people to quit, burn out, or lose money. And then I'll explain the one type of online business that tends to survive because it's built on patience, consistency, and real value. Before we get into it, if you enjoy thoughtful, realistic content about building something online the right way, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell so you don't miss future uploads. The shiny object problem. Let's start with the biggest killer of online businesses: chasing trends instead of solving problems. Every month, there's a new hot business model. Last year, it was dropshipping. Before that, it was NFTs. This year, everyone's obsessed with AI apps. And sure, some people make money on these trends, but they're usually the ones who got in early and got out fast. The rest? They're left holding the bag when the trend dies. Here's what happens. Someone sees a success story on YouTube, gets excited, and jumps in without understanding the fundamentals. They don't ask themselves the critical question: am I actually solving a real problem, or am I just following the crowd? Most online businesses fail because they're built on excitement, not demand. They're solutions looking for problems, instead of the other way around. The successful businesses? They start with a problem that genuinely frustrates people and work backwards from there. They're not worried about being trendy. They're focused on being useful. I see this constantly. Someone watches a video about a guy making $10,000 a month with some business model, and they think, I can do that too. But they skip over the part where that person spent years figuring things out and building real expertise. They just want the shortcut. So they copy the surface-level stuff without understanding why it works. And when it doesn't work for them, they blame the model and jump to the next shiny thing. The money mistake. This one's going to sting, but you need to hear it. Most people start online businesses because they want to make money, not because they care about what they're selling. And customers can smell that from a mile away. When your only goal is profit, it shows up everywhere. In your marketing, your product quality, your customer service. Everything feels transactional and cold. The businesses that succeed long-term are the ones built by people who genuinely care about their customers' outcomes. They're not asking, how can I extract maximum value from this person? They're asking, how can I genuinely improve someone's life? It sounds cheesy, but it's the difference between a business that lasts 5 years and one that barely makes it 5 months. When you care about the impact you're making, you naturally create better products, provide better service, and build stronger relationships. And ironically, that's when the money actually starts flowing in. The traffic trap. This is where a lot of entrepreneurs get tripped up. They assume the problem is traffic. If only more people visited my website, I'd make more sales, they think. So they pour money into ads, buy followers, chase viral content, or invest in flashy campaigns. Sometimes they even succeed in driving traffic. Suddenly, their site is getting clicks, views, and visits. But then reality hits. Nothing happens. No sales. No meaningful growth. Just a bunch of random people who clicked and bounced. The real problem almost never lies in traffic. The problem is conversion. Most online businesses don't know how to turn a visitor into a paying customer. They haven't refined their messaging, crafted a compelling offer, or developed a smooth sales process. In other words, they're trying to scale a system that doesn't even work on a small level. Think of it like this. If you can't convince 10 people to buy from you, why would you expect 1,000 people to behave differently? Scaling traffic without a solid foundation is like pouring water into a leaky bucket. It won't stay where you want it. Successful businesses focus on the fundamentals first. They nail their offer, clarify their message, and optimize the conversion process with a small, manageable audience. They test, iterate, and perfect everything until it works reliably on a smaller scale. Only after that do they turn up the traffic. They understand that driving more visitors is pointless if you can't convert them. when you get the conversion part right first. Scaling traffic becomes effective, predictable, and profitable. That's the key difference between businesses that struggle endlessly and those that actually grow. The patience problem. We live in a world built around instant gratification. Everything around us feels immediate. You can order food and have it at your door in 30 minutes, stream any movie ever made in a few clicks, or send a message to someone across the globe and get a response within seconds. It's no surprise, then, that many people carry the same expectations into online business. They want results at the same speed. They dream of being profitable in a month, seeing real success in 3, and becoming rich by the end of the year. But that's simply not how real business works. Building something meaningful takes time, patience, and consistent effort. It requires months of learning your market, refining your product or service, and building genuine trust with your audience. The reason most online businesses fail isn't necessarily because the idea is bad. It's because the founder gives up too soon. They try a strategy for a few weeks, don't see immediate results, and jump to the next shiny opportunity, repeating this cycle endlessly. Nothing ever gets the chance to gain traction or show its true potential. The businesses that survive and thrive are run by people who understand that real growth is measured in years, not weeks. They're willing to let their efforts compound over time. They accept that the work they put in today might not produce visible results for 6 months or even longer, and they're okay with that. They focus on building a solid foundation rather than chasing instant wins. Patience in business isn't about waiting idly and hoping success shows up. It's about consistently showing up, doing the work, and trusting the process, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Every article you write, every piece of content you create, every customer you serve, every small improvement you make is adding up to something much bigger. Most people can't see this. They crave immediate validation. They need proof that their efforts are working right now. And when they don't get it, they panic and quit. Meanwhile, the person who stays consistent, who keeps showing up and putting in the work day after day, eventually breaks through. They understand that success isn't about speed. It's about endurance, focus, and the willingness to trust that the process will pay off in time. That patience, persistence, and long-term vision are what separate those who fail from those who build something lasting and meaningful. The one business model that works. Now, let's talk about the business model that consistently succeeds when others fail. It's not sexy, it's not trendy, but it works. It's called solving expensive problems for people who can pay. That's it. That's the whole secret. Find a group of people who have a genuine problem that costs them time, money, or stress. Then offer a solution that solves that problem better than they could solve it themselves. And make sure these people actually have money to spend. This could be helping small business owners get more customers. It could be teaching professionals a valuable skill. It could be providing a service that saves people hours of frustration. The specifics don't matter as much as the framework. You need 3 things: a real problem, people willing to pay to solve it, and a solution that genuinely works. When you have all 3, success becomes almost inevitable. You're not fighting against the market. You're not hoping people will buy. You're offering something people are already looking for. The businesses built on this model don't need to be perfect from day one. They don't need massive traffic or viral content. They just need to consistently help people and do good work. Word spreads. Customers come back. Referrals happen naturally. It's not glamorous, but it's sustainable. And in a world where 90% of online businesses fail, sustainable is the real win. When you step back and look at it, failure in online business usually isn't about bad ideas. It's about unrealistic expectations and rushing the process. The businesses that last are rarely flashy. They grow slowly, quietly, and steadily over time. I'd love to know what you think. Have you ever started something online that didn't work out? Or are you still trying to figure out what path makes the most sense for you? Share your thoughts in the comments. Those conversations matter more than people realize. If this video helped you see things more clearly, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who's thinking about starting an online business. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.